Hi everyone, my name is Rachel, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is where I make scrapbooking process videos and also do live scrap and chats every month. I hope you enjoy my little corner of the big crafty world, and if you'd like to watch more, please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell to always know when I have a new video. If you could also give me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. Alright everyone, let's start scrapping! Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of From Our Scrap Bin, a monthly YouTube collab where we just use our scraps along with one piece of background paper. I apologize for all the tap dancing you hear in the background. It happens to be within 1 hour of doggy dinner time here, so they go a little nuts saying, "Look at how cute we are. Well, don't you want to feed us early?" Lucky for you, I'm going to go right into the video. Don't forget to look below in the description box for links to all the other videos of the wonderful YouTubers who are joining in this month's hop. If you have any questions, you can drop a comment as well. I'm going to be working with a collection by Photoplay, Living the Quarantine Life. I'm not actually scrapbooking quarantine life. I'm actually scrapbooking this one photo from Christmas 2019. We were Christmas shopping and I took a picture of my nephew and my housemate with the giant sloth that they had displayed in the Kohl's stores. That was $600. There's no photo of me holding it because I was like, no, I don't touch things that all of those other people have touched. So I'm going to go ahead and get you put on fast forward. Before I do, just a reminder, if you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. And as I said, make sure you check out all of the videos in the description box below. All right, everyone, let's get going. Okay, so I wanted to show you that because I forgot to mention, I also pulled in a bunch of freckled fawn embellishments simply because I ordered a bunch of them back when they were having a big day after Thanksgiving sale. Black Friday, that's the word I'm looking for. Big Black Friday sale. So I'm trying to use them as I have a bunch of them. So I went ahead and trimmed the branding strip off of my white cardstock that is going to be my background. This line is so saturated and brightly colored that I like using white cardstock just as a contrast. I find if I use, I did make one layout using that teal checked pattern, but for the most part when I've used this collection I use white cardstock. So I just trimmed that sloth paper because obviously when I have a sloth in the picture, even the stuffed variety, I'm going to use some sloth themed items. The other side of that paper is that yellow tone-on-tone diagonal stripe. So when I trimmed that sloth paper, I just went ahead and used that diagonal stripe paper as well. And I did cut, what I'm doing now is I want to cut a banner into it like I did on the multicolor stripe paper. By the way, my favorite paper in the collection. Maybe the reason I bought the whole collection kit for the stripe paper. Because I really haven't used this. I may have made one quarantine layout with it, but mostly I've just made regular layouts with the B side. So now I am trimming a banner into the yellow tone-on-tone. I had to make a little mark on that for the center because when it has a diagonal stripe on it like that, my eyes will not let me find the center. So I just used the dots in my grid mat in order to do that. Now I'm going to bring this down so the bottom part is going to be cut off, but there isn't anything really going on there, so you don't miss anything. I do push it back up in a little bit. So the teal checked paper, or grid paper, I guess it would be actually called, is what I'm going to mount my photo with. This is another simple layout, kind of similar to the one I did a week or so ago. I'm still getting back in the groove of scrapbooking after not scrapbooking for a while. So I really, just want to have some fun, not do anything difficult that's difficult for me. So I've been sticking to one photo, 12 by 12 layouts, just giving myself some easing into getting back into scrapbooking. But I think my next layout is going to be a multi-photo layout. I think so. All right, so I've got what I want for my paper layers. I'm just kind of going for a vertical layer. Like I said, similar to my last one that I did. In my last one, I went for a softer look. I tore the paper. I went for a softer palette. So you wouldn't necessarily say they look very similar, other than that they are photos on top of layers of paper. So I've got that red grid paper behind, and now I pull out that yellow stripe because I want to line it up to where my multicolor stripe paper is, so I can get that in the right place. And I'm still debating whether I want that yellow stripe to go at the top or go at the top of the sloth paper. I finally decide I like it at the top of the sloth paper, and now I'm going to go ahead and get my photo down. Yay, and then I remember, oh yeah, you need to push that back up. So I go over to the sticker sheet and I pull off 3 of the sloth stickers. The one sloth holding a heart, the one sloth hanging upside down, and then the other one sleeping. And I love the one sleeping on the corner of the photo. I think that ends up being really cute. And then I think about using this hanging with my crew or something that says like that, but it's too big horizontally to fit anywhere. It would overlap onto the blue paper and then it would end up getting lost. So I decide to pull out my freckled fawn embellishments as well as the die cuts. So I start off with the washi tape, these multicolored hearts. I like that right across the top of the paper there. And then I'm going to end up using that top piece of washi, which is the coral or pink on red, pink with tiny red polka dots. So I'm going to rip a piece because I don't need the full thing, but I'm going to rip it like really long. And when I go ahead and put it down, I'm like, oh, that's way too long. And then when I pick it up, it tears the cardstock a little bit, but it's not enough for me to restart a layout. It's a little tear on white cardstock. You definitely don't see it fully. I then go ahead and use the other part of that washi up at the top there, just to give a little bit of, there's washi down here and the same washi's up at the top. Now I'm going through the die cuts. I originally thought that label outline would be good and I could put my journaling inside, but it was too big. I just didn't like it. So I do end up pulling out that The Good Life scallop circle, and then that other one that it's about taking a walk, that I just forgot to put away. They were not obviously, well, we were walking around the store, but we were not going for a walk, as is meant by the die cut. And I also pulled this heart on red die cut as well, and I'm going to use that up at the top. And then I also have the banner die cut along with the 2 pieces of banner cut paper, and I like that, bringing that around the whole page. So now I go for these circles. I pull out the lime green heart, or a white heart with a lime green background. Then this one has teal X's on it. And then I'm also going to pull out the black and white number 2. Now, when I go to glue these down, I have some issues. I end up not using the little word chipboard pieces. So the first one, I pull off the part that has the adhesive on it, so I just add glue and it's fine. The other ones, I try to use the adhesive. Now, I know a lot of chipboard pieces and a lot of thickers don't actually stick well. You need to add extra glue. I found with the freckled fawn ones, usually I do not. They stick really, really well. But for some reason with this one, that was not the case. So I add some extra glue to the heart because the heart wasn't sticking at all. I was like, why are you not sticking? I'm like talking to my scrapbooking supplies. Now I don't realize that the number 2 has the same issue, so I go ahead and I do my journaling, and I'm just talking about how they posed for the $600 sloth. I thought the fact that it was $600 was hilarious. Like, why would you build a giant sloth if you have to charge $600 for it? Who would pay $600 for a giant stuffed animal? I mean, that's crazy. I think giant stuffed animals are crazy in the first place, personally. But that's a personal choice. I'm not going to, like, judge you for having a giant stuffed animal in your child's room. That's up to you. I just never wanted anything like that, because then you have to figure out how to get rid of it when they don't want it anymore. Rant over. Alright, I am nearing the end here. I'm going to add some Jenny B Blue shimmers in my 3 embellishment cluster areas, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull out. What do I pull out? Is it enamel? Oh, you know what I haven't done yet? I haven't done the title. The reason I haven't done the title yet, because usually I do the title before I get to the sprinkles. I've been debating whether to do a family-themed title or a sloth-themed title. So I went with my Garden Grove thickers that have been a favorite for the past year or so. And I went with Slow Down There, which obviously is sloth-themed, because the joke being that sloths are already slow. If you didn't know that. So the last thing I'm going to do is I have these freckled fawn enamel dots. I'm using aqua, red, and orange, and I'm just adding them to my embellishment cluster. So that is going to be my layout for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you could flick me a thumbs up, that would be super awesome. And once again, don't forget to go into the description box and check out all the other YouTubers doing videos from our scrap bin, and see how much you can get done with just scraps. Bye, everyone.